Hello everybody. Today we are going to do something we've never done before. And I'm actually surprised that we've never done it before, but we are going to do a listening exercise, 2 of them. And we're going to talk about, during these exercises, 2 famous people. And you will try to guess them. So this should be interesting. So today, we are going to practice our listening. This video is for all learners, beginners to advanced. The very beginner might struggle a little bit, but it will be, I think, interesting. So the aim of this live is to identify your strengths and weaknesses in your listening, and hopefully understand how we can have an enjoyable, or how there's one way to make an enjoyable listening lesson. Let's see how enjoyable it is, because you will give me feedback at the end. I know you will, if you like it or if you don't like it, or how it can be improved. I'm open to your suggestions and your criticisms. The methodology is the following. I have devised this for all levels. So on every slide, there'll be words that address all levels, mainly intermediate and advanced, but also a few pre-intermediate and 1 beginner word. And I'll read them 3 times, and each time a little bit faster. And then you will write down your answers on a sheet of paper. Every slide has 5 blanks. So you'll listen for 5 words. I'll read it 3 times, and you try to note what the words are with the correct spelling. And each 3 slides tells a story of one famous artist, and you have to guess it. There are 2 stories, and you're going to try to guess at the end who this famous person is. And all of you have heard, I think nearly everyone has heard of both of these people, but you might not know their biography. So are you ready? Let's try this. I'm really looking forward to it. So, listening exercise number 1. Who am I? So guess the name of the famous singer. Now, I'm going to read these 3 times, each of the slides. Are you ready? So, 1 second. All right. I'm going to read it. You try to write the words that you hear and try to spell them the best you can. Let's see how we do. I'm going to read them 3 times, so don't panic. 3 times. He was born in the United States to immigrant parents from Italy. He began his musical career in the 1930s. He released his first solo album in 1946. All right, let's try it again. Second attempt. He was born in the United States to immigrant parents from Italy. He began his musical career in the 1930s. He released his first solo album in 1946. All right, now I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. I speak slowly, but I'll try to emulate a fast native speaker. So here we go. The 3rd time, write your answers. The next slide has the answers. He was born in the United States to immigrant parents from Italy. He began his musical career in the 1930s. He released his first solo album in 1946. All right, now you're going to tell me maybe that was too fast. Let's go to the answers. Are you ready? Here are the answers. And then I'm going to turn the comments on, and you can tell me if this was too fast. Here are the answers. He was born in the United States to immigrant parents from Italy. He began his musical career in the 1930s. He released his first solo album in 1946. Now, at the end of this video, I would like you to tell me how you did. Send me your results. So every slide has 5 answers. There are 6 slides, 2 stories, 3 slides each, a total of 30 answers. 15 for one story, 15 for another. Now, for those of you who don't know, an immigrant parents means that his parents were born in a different country and came to the United States. I think all of us know what career means, but you might not know released. He released his first solo album, meaning he published it. He put it out. He released it. All right. Slide number 2. I'm going to read it 3 times. If I'm going too quickly, well, it might be a little bit quick. Someone's already guessed it. We've got a few smart ones here. Anna has already guessed it. All right, so here we go. Let's do part 2. Ready? He was performing in Las Vegas in the early 50s. As an actor, he won an Academy Award for his leading role in the film From Here to Eternity, which premiered in 1953. But he was best known for his songs. All right, I'll read it again. Ready? He was performing in Las Vegas in the early 50s. As an actor, he won an Academy Award for his leading role in the film From Here to Eternity, which premiered in 1953. But he was best known for his songs. All right, one final time, then I'll show you the answers. Now, what I want you to remember as you're doing this, note which ones you miss. You might be able to find a pattern by the end of this video and think, wow, I sometimes don't hear words with D's in it or words that start with R. So see if you can identify a pattern in your listening to better move forward so you can improve faster. Third attempt. He was performing in Las Vegas in the early 50s. As an actor, he won an Academy Award for his leading role in the film From Here to Eternity, which premiered in 1953. But he was best known for his songs. And here are the answers. Number 2, part 2. He was performing in Las Vegas in the early 50s. 50s means 1950s with an S at the end, somewhere in that decade, maybe 1951, 1952, 1953, in the early 50s. As an actor, he won an Academy Award for his leading role. If you're a leading role, that's the main actor. And the most difficult one on this page or this slide is which premiered. If something premieres, it is shown for the first time. It's the premiere. I've been invited or I'm going to the premiere. It's the opening. It's the first showing of the film. But he was best known. Here we have a past tense of known. Now this next slide is a little bit more, no, this is not as difficult. Story. All right, we're back, I think. All right, so here we go. Part 3. Are you ready? Part 3. Here we go. 3 times. In 1966, his song Strangers in the Night went to the top of the charts. He retired for the first time in 1971, but came out of retirement 2 years later. He continued performing until his death in 1998. Second time. In 1966, his song, Strangers in the Night, went to the top of the charts. He retired for the first time in 1971, but came out of retirement 2 years later. He continued performing until his death in 1998. Excellent. I'm looking at your comments. Great job. Keep up the good work. Third attempt. Here we go. I'll try to go as quick as possible. In 1966, his song, Strangers in the Night, went to the top of the charts. He retired for the first time in 1971, but came out of retirement 2 years later. He continued performing until his death in 1998. All right, how did we do? Let's check. Part 2. Let's go to part 3. Part 3 answers in 1966. Charts, top of the charts means it's voted #1 by radio stations and viewers, listeners. He retired. If you retire, you stop working. Generally, older people retire when they're 60, 65, 70. But he came out of retirement. To come out of retirement means to begin to work again until his death in 1998. So my question to you all is, who am I? Who is this person? You can write it in the... I could turn on the comments for a moment. We turn on the comments. Who am I? I am... Let's see a few comments. Okay, it's a little bit behind, so I'll just share. I am Frank Sinatra. I think a lot of us knew that, didn't we? Very good. I see it, Frank. That's right, Frank. If you say Frank, you definitely know who we're talking about. Excellent job. Now, the second one might be a little bit more difficult for some of you, but all of you have heard of this person. Are you ready for story number 2? Listening exercise. To come out has several meanings. Someone's asked, what does it mean to come out? I came out of retirement is a very specific phrase, but if you just say someone comes out, it means they divulge, D-I-V-U-L-G-E. They divulge, they reveal a secret about their life. If you come out. All right, now, exercise number 2, who am I? Guess the name of the famous actress or model. Are you ready? I'm going to turn off the comments for just a minute, and you'll have a chance. You can write them a bit. I'll turn the comments on a bit later, but you can ask questions below in the question box. Here we go. Part 1. Now this is more difficult. This is more difficult, so relax. It's now going to challenge some of you upper learners, your advanced learners. You will be challenged by some of the words here. Intermediate and advanced will be challenged. Here we go. This blonde bombshell was born in Los Angeles in 1926. She spent most of her childhood in foster homes. She got married at age 16. Her first job was as a model. Number 2, second time. This blonde bombshell was born in Los Angeles in 1926. She spent most of her childhood in foster homes. She got married at age 16. Her first job was as a model. Number 3, third time. Ready? This blonde bombshell was born in Los Angeles in 1926. She spent most of her childhood in foster homes. She got married at age 16. Her first job was as a model. All right, I'm very curious to see how you did. Please note your mistakes and try to analyze and see if you see any patterns in your listening. So here we go. Here are the answers. This blonde bombshell. This is an advanced expression. If you're a blonde bombshell, a bombshell means beautiful, so beautiful. And of course, this person was blonde. So this blonde beauty in her childhood, I think a lot of us know that word, in foster homes. This might be new for people. Foster homes are homes where you live with people that aren't your parents. She was an orphan, so she did not live with her parents. She lived with as a guest in other people's homes, and we call these foster homes. Married, we know about. Some of you are married. And model, but it's a little bit difficult to hear in how I said it. Listen, her first job was as a model. It wasn't very clear, was it? Was as a model. It's just for me difficult to say it. Was as a model. Was as a model. It's difficult. It's difficult to hear that. So if you got that last one right, it's an easy word, but difficult to hear. Let's go to page number 2 and try to guess the person I'm describing. Here we go. A little bit easier, and then the last slide is difficult. In the late 1950s, she signed a new contract in Hollywood. Over the next 2 years, she became a popular actress with roles in several comedies. She faced a scandal when she posed in risque photos. In the late 1950s, she signed a new contract in Hollywood. Over the next 2 years, she became a popular actress with roles in several comedies. She faced a scandal when she posed in risque photos. Finally, in the late 1950s, she signed a new contract in Hollywood. Over the next 2 years, she became a popular actress with roles in several comedies. She faced a scandal when she posed in risque photos. All right, here are the answers. Let's take a look. How did you do? All right, so we have signed. You sign a contract, you write your name. Over the next 2 years, that was pretty simple, I think. Actress, most of us probably got that. Several, and scandal. A scandal is when you do something that causes people to be offended morally. That's a scandal. Like, I can't believe they did that. Now, I thought about putting risque in there. Risque is a French word that we've borrowed, and sometimes we even include the accent that the French do. Risque photos means photos that reveal a lot of your body. So you don't have many clothes on, or you might be naked. In this case, they were nude photos. These are risque photos. You can see the word risky in it, risky. People can get offended by it, but they're risque because they're very controversial, especially in the 1950s. Now let's go to the final slide and try to guess who I'm talking about. Here we go, number 3. Long after her death, she continues to be a major icon of pop culture. In 1999, she was ranked 6th on the list of the greatest female screen legends from the golden age of Hollywood. Second time. Long after her death, she continues to be a major icon of pop culture. In 1999, she was ranked 6th on the list of the greatest female screen legends from the golden age of Hollywood. And the third and final hearing. Long after her death, she continues to be a major icon of pop culture. In 1999, she was ranked 6th on the list of the greatest female screen legends from the golden age of Hollywood. So let's look at these answers, and then I want you to try to guess who she is. So here are the answers. I'm going to turn the comments on so you can guess. A major icon is a symbol. An icon's a symbol. Icon is used in a religious sense often. That's how it originated, icons. And we get this big word, iconography. And iconoclasm is like a destruction of icons. That's right. We're seeing it. Very good. Excellent. And pop culture is the popular culture, the culture of the people. Not Madonna. No, someone has said Obama. That's really funny. It wasn't Obama. Legends, screen legend. If you're a legend, it means you are forever remembered as someone very important. From the golden age of Hollywood. Oh, we have a lot of cultural buffs. Now, this is a great word. If you're a cultural buff, who am I? I think we already know. I'll just show you. If you're a cultural buff, anyone who's a buff, B-U-F-F, it means you're an expert. You know a lot about it. Now, Sharon Tate is a really good guess, actually. I don't think, yeah, Sharon Tate would have been very interesting. I don't think she was around in the 50s, though. She was too young. All right, Marilyn Monroe. So my question, how did we do? I'd love to get some feedback on today. I've never done anything like this before. And I'd like to know from you, how did you do on these? Was it too difficult, too easy, too simple, maybe helpful, unhelpful? Send me your thoughts in a direct message.